The Buffalo Bills released Von Miller and then signed Joey Bosa, a huge change of events. They made a bunch of moves at running back. They got some compensatory picks. Josh Allen was recently handed the bag. He's going to be in Buffalo for the long term. There is just so much going on right now as the offseason starts to heat up in Buffalo, and I want to talk about it all. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so the Buffalo Bills have been really active in free agency so far, and they are just looking to make that one change that can put them over the top. Because really over the last 5 years or so, they have been right there, man. They have been like one down away from getting to the Super Bowl, from making their dreams a reality, but every time, the team in red, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, something brutal always happens, and I am ready to watch the Bills break through. I'm not even a Bills fan, but it is time, and I think they are making all the right moves to put themselves in position to finally get to where they want to go. Because in all honesty, to me, I think the season they had last year was a bit of a surprise. They lost Diggs. I wasn't sure who was going to exactly step up at wide receiver, but it turns out they had a ton of young talent, and with Josh Allen, man, anything is possible. And now they have him locked up and secured for the long-term future, and it is time to build around him and get this team into contention. The Bills made several notable moves to bolster their roster already, with the new headline acquisition being defensive end Joey Bosa on a one-year deal worth $11.2 million guaranteed, with incentives that could push it to $15.6 million. Bosa, the number 3 overall pick in 2016 out of Ohio State, spent 9 seasons with the Chargers before being released last week. At 29 years old, turning 30 in July, he brings an impressive resume of 58 sacks, 11 forced fumbles, and 128 tackles for a loss across his first 6 seasons to the table. He's played just 28 of a possible 51 games. His injury history includes a 2017 hamstring issue where he missed 4 games, a 2018 foot injury where he missed 9 games, and then a concussion in 2020 where he missed 4 games total. And then in 2022, he had a core muscle repair that made him miss 12 games, and various ailments in 2023 and 24, like a toe fracture, foot sprain, and hip injury, totaling 42 missed games in 9 seasons. But still, there is optimism. He played 14 games last season, his most in 4 years, trending upwards from 5 in 2022 and 9 in 2023, and when healthy, Bosa's an A-list talent. There is no debating that. The stats speak for themselves, and his presence just does so much for a D-line. And I think this signing is a calculated gamble that is worth taking. The Bills needed an impact defensive end after missing out on players like Josh Sweat, who signed with Arizona, and with options dwindling because Myles Garrett stayed in Cleveland and Trey Henderson talks with Cincinnati likely are kind of fizzling out. A one-year deal minimizes the risk, and if Bosa stays healthy, playing 45 to 55% of snaps in Buffalo's rotation, he could be the answer that this team has been looking for, and he could potentially earn a $20+ million contract next year. I'd take him over Leonard Floyd, who faded away last season, and even Von Miller, who at 36 offers less upside than the younger, more complete Bosa. It's of course as always still a roll of the dice, but the potential reward outweighs the injury concerns for me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. At running back, the Bills locked in some key depth pieces, starting with Ty Johnson's return on a 2-year, $5 million deal. That's a steal compared to the projections of 2 years at $6 million. Johnson, who now is 27, turning 28 in September, has evolved into a valuable asset since joining as a 2023 free agent, and last season, he played 30% of offensive snaps, totaling 59 touches for 497 yards and 4 touchdowns, plus 25% of special team snaps, including kick returns. Josh Allen dubbed him as the league's best third down back, praising their synergy on passing downs, and Johnson really excels in pass protection, which is crucial for Buffalo's 5-man protection schemes, and has earned trust in clutch situations like 2-minute drills, so I love this move. He's a multi-dimensional player, he's a physical runner with perimeter speed and reliable hands, who complements James Cook perfectly, filling gaps Cook doesn't, like pass blocking. It's a cost-effective signing for a guy entering his 7th season, and I'm thrilled he's back. Reggie Gilliam also returns on a 1-year, $2 million contract, a testament to his staying power as a 2020 undrafted free agent, and he's turning 29 in November. Last year, he played 15% of offensive snaps and a team-high 83% of special team snaps despite missing 2 games. His offensive role surged late, with an over 15% snap share in 7 of the final 8 games, 0 times in the first 8. with an over 15% snap share in 7 of the final 8 games, with 0 times in the first 8, reflecting Buffalo's shift to heavier personnel and pounding the rock in cold weather. Gilliam's not here for stats, 3 carries for 7 yards last season, but his niche as a fullback and special teams ace makes him a keeper, so I think it was worthwhile for them to bring him back. I think it's smart to retain a reliable role player like him rather than cycle through options. And finally, Darren Evans is back for his 3rd stint with Buffalo. He was a 2020 3rd round pick by the Titans, standing at 5'10" and 203 pounds, and he had a 4.4 40 time. He's an explosive runner with just 77 career touches for 369 yards and 2 scores across multiple stops with the Titans, Bears, Colts, and Dolphins. His last 2 preseasons with Buffalo in 2023 and 2024 impressed me, and despite an injury last year, the Bills reserved an IR return spot for him, hinting at a plan. He's a real wild card in a now solid running back room featuring Cook, Ray Davis, Johnson, Frank Gore, a ton of players, and while he's unlikely to break out, his burst adds intriguing depth, so I'm fine with what this group is heading into camp, though a late round draft pick could spice things up. Beyond the signings, the Bills secured 2 5th round picks, number 169 and 173, for losing Leonard Floyd and Gabe Davis in free agency, boosting their draft haul to 10 picks. In round 1, they have pick 30, in round 2 they have pick 56 and 62, in round 4 they have 109 and 132, and then in round 5 they have number 169 and 173, and round 6 they have 3 picks at 177, 204, and 206. So this flexibility is huge. They really can trade up, they can trade out, or they can snag veterans, especially since rostering 10 rookies might be tough. But I like how the Bills are checking boxes early, leaving just 2 primary needs, a starting caliber cornerback and a nose type defensive tackle. The options that remain at corner are Asante Samuel Jr., Stephon Gilmore, there's a few other ones, but those are the main 3, and I would maybe pair one of the draft picks with Khair Alam, who's 23 and still has a lot of upside even though he has kind of struggled, and I would try to get a better draft pick for that for compensation. But yeah man, there really is a lot that the Buffalo Bills can do right now. I love the Bosa signing, I love getting Josh Allen secured for the near future, and I love a couple other of the smaller moves they have made as well, like making the backfield a pretty solid unit. Let me know what you guys thought about what the Bills have done in free agency so far and what else you would like for them to do, and here is what some of the professionals have had to say about the Joey Bosa signing.
Wait, like, yeah, it's cool to go play with my brother, but like on what, a team that's not very good or in rebuilding phase? Let me go to Buffalo where they still think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, and they got that guy at quarterback that I've tried to tackle before, and he's really hard to get. Right, so I would think that maybe a little bit of both there is probably what led Joey Bosa to the Buffalo Bills, and a really damn good signing for them going forward here.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you'd like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.